I'm just seeing if I can. You can see the water droplets there on the back of the cab headliner, and then obviously up there there's lots of water droplets. The rest of the cab, where it's obviously been open to the air, it's dried. So yeah, dry it off, insulate it. Okay, what we're going to do is mark out the windows where we're going to cut. These windows, we're going to basically trim this off because the window's going to go up here. So we're going to just get rid of those beams by putting a multi-tool behind it or a knife just to cut the bond. And then what we do through here is we just use tin snips. We don't need it to be smooth, we just need to get rid of it so that we can then cut with our window shears a square opening. So for now we're just going to get rid of that with tin snips. It saves there's no swarf at all with tin snips, and it doesn't involve, you know, a power tool. So we're going to do that both sides, and then at the front we're only going to get rid of, grab the camera, we're just going to get rid of this beam here using the same process. So we're going to get rid of that, and then we're going to mark out both of the all four windows. But the first thing to do is get a level off the floor, just get a reference point, and then we can go from there. So I'll do it on this window. The biggest problem you've got with a crafter is there's no reference on the outside or the inside as to whether your windows are level. So I'm using a 4-foot board, so this is just cut off a sheet, and then I'm going to push it across the floor as close as I can get it to the side panel, and then just so that's totally released the bond from there, and there, which will allow me now to just nip through here, there and there with the tin snips. This window, because these two panels here are really close, if we were cutting the whole window out, we'd just go through it from the outside with a jigsaw. I don't like using a jigsaw, but that would probably be a way of doing it. If we try to nip these with the tin snips, then we're going to put dents in the outside, we just can't do it. So what we're going to do is slide a little, perhaps a bit of metal behind it or something, just to protect it, and then we're just going to use a Dremel to take these out top and bottom, because our window opening being a plastic caravan style window, a Sietz S4 window, our window is going to start down here and finish here. So the cutout, if we just cut there, it'll become apparent later, but basically we put a wooden frame in to space it, and the frame, if we left these in and just cut it there, we'd have to space the frame around them. It'd be a right pain in the arse. So we take them out there and then deal with the frame separately, just to explain that. But why we've mask this up is that even though the Dremel does produce small sparks, we still don't want them anywhere. So any sparks that are created here are going to bounce off that masking paper, land on the floor here. We've basically made sure that the step is protected as well, so we don't want swarf all gathering in the step. So the swarf will just land down here onto the floor, and then we'll be able to hoover it up later. So it's just a case of just protecting where the swarf goes. So protecting where the swarf goes, stopping it going where you don't want it to go. So, but I'll film Nick when he's doing the Okay, well, this is the space we've got to work with. So this is my template for the cutout. So it's a 300mm by 700mm S4. So this is going to just squeeze in here, and then we're going to use our reference point. So I know roughly where I can get away with the top. I'm using these sort of magnets. They're for wrapping vehicles, they are, but they're great for this. So just stick them on so I can get it roughly where I want it, and then I'll make a sort of reference line about here, and then work out what that is from my horizontal line. So I've already got this horizontal line here. So this is our height of our top line of the cutout. So what we're going to do, we'll measure that at a ruler somewhere. So we know that our top line wants to be 24 centimeters. So that's 240mm from there to there will give us our top line. So that's all I'm interested in at the moment, is having a reference from that point there. Make sure it's even on all three lines. So we'll go 24 on there. We'll do another one in the middle. So 24 centimeters up. That's our top line, which is really all that matters. Back to front. I'll try and get them even, and I'll measure it pretty much off the center of this point here, because we haven't cut it. There's a cut line there and a cut line there. So we'll just measure the other side window and we'll get it the same. Not that you can see both sides of the vehicle, but we're trying to make it even. And then at least my internal trims will be the same. So I'm going to put this up against my top line. And then measure that. I'm sort of happy with that. At the front end we'll put a bit of 9mm on its side, because we're so close to this one. I don't want to start hacking lumps out of the frame if I can avoid it. We might just nip into this corner, but we'll maybe just work the frame around that. So this is now level with my lines. That there is near as damn it 25 mil, call it 26 mil. So now we're just gonna mark around the inside. What we're going to do is drill a sort of 2 mil hole there and there, there and there, so we're marking the corners, the corner parameters. Then we'll go outside and we'll line this up with our sort of 8 holes, so we've got 2 there, 2 there, 2 in each corner, just sort of on opposite sides of the corner. And then as long as that fits just inside those drilled holes, that forms our perimeter cut line on the outside. And then we'll basically put a washer in, mark the centre, and use a cone drill to drill out each corner. So we'll drill the corners first and then join the lines up. Corners will be drilled with a cone bit. The straight edges will be cut. You could use a jigsaw. I really don't like using a jigsaw on a van. You could use a jigsaw. I would prefer to use a nibbler, and above that I would prefer metal shears. That's what we use. We've got the little Bosch metal shears and they're perfect for that. So that's what we'll be using. So same on this side now. We're basically going to, I'm not looking at past the camera, I'm looking at my measurements on the other side. I've got light blinding me. So we got 26 mil from here. So 26 is our edge of our cardboard template. Then I'm going to measure up 240 mil from each line. So we've got 240. And now we'll stick our cardboard template in place. I was looking for the magnets, I've already put them over there. So line up there, line up there. Right, that's window number 2 done. What we'll do here, I'll just have to heat this sound deadening up, this sort of bitumen thing from, or bitumen strip that's put on from factory. I'll just heat that up and scrape a bit off, because our trimmer does not like that very much. It sort of starts to gunge up and it doesn't give you a clean cut. So we want the cut to be as clean as possible. Right, all I'm trying to do now is basically, I've got a 2 mil drill bit, so I'm not drilling a massive hole. I'm just trying to mark the line. So I'm going to drill exactly on my line, there, about an inch in from each corner. That'll give me a line up on the outside, and I should be able to sort of get the cardboard back in the same position, and then draw the pattern on the outside, which is the side I've got to cut from. So just going on the line. So I've got 8 holes, that's enough to give me a line up on the other side. You might think this is a little bit overkill, but I am going to be using a cone drill or a step drill in this corner, and there's quite a bit of swarf that comes off that, and it's always hot, so it will melt into the paintwork around it. But if I don't do that, then it's going to basically get down in the gap that we've, you know, where this is at the bottom. Any swarf that goes down there will be in there. Because it's unprotected metal, as soon as you get a little bit of dampness on it, it will start to rust, and then it will cross-contaminate the painted surface, and the paint will deteriorate quickly, and you will have a proper rust scab that will develop. So prevention is better than cure. So for the sake of 5 minutes of sticking a bit of masking paper over it, that'll just direct it to the floor whereby it's cold, and we can then sweep it up. So I'm going to do this on each window, and then I'll probably put the camera outside just on the good side. We got very little space down this side of the van. Said like as if you were fucking 6 foot.
Yeah, no, we were fucking inch tall. With that.
You know, they say 1 inch.
Yeah. Every little helps.
Right. Just using a small washer there. I don't. It's pointless using too big a one, because then the centre ends up too far out. Could you chuck us the... Did you have the drill?
Yeah. I put it down.
Alright.
Don't know where I put it down.
I just nibble out the say drill a massive hole. I'm just going to nibble a slightly bigger hole.
So, yeah, pressure.
About. The first cut out is just, if we start trying to cut it all out in one go, you get a bit of distortion on the edge. So all we're doing, we've got the Bosch shears. So got the Bosch shears, and we're going to just, I'll tape that up now just in case this sort of edge starts catching it. It shouldn't do, but just in case, we'll have a layer of tape on it, and then we'll just try and go back around and join up these holes. Now we're going to go in, try and stop it there, and then we'll have to sort of come in and swoop and then come back to ourselves. So. Don't say fuck roll bugger.
Alright.
I'm filming. Actually, you can say fuck all bugger, but you just can't say it in the first 8 seconds of a clip, I think, now on YouTube.
Right.
Apparently that's the rules.
Them's the rules.
Them's the rules.
Do you want one toast and one crumpet?
Oh, can I have a hot cross bun?
Oh, alright. Well, yeah. Do you want toast? Do you want toast or crumpet and a hot cross bun?
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind hot. Is there a spare hot cross bun? Is there a spare crumpet?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind then. Hot cross bun and a crumpet. If we got 3 crumpets, I'll have hot cross bun.
We've got one crumpet.
Oh,
I'll sort it out, don't worry.
well, what have you got?
That's alright, don't panic. I'm trying to get it.
Because I'm quite happy to have hot cross buns. If crumpets are in short supply, then my preference would be hot cross buns. But don't over toast them. Is that asking too much?
I can't hear you, so yes.
I said don't over toast big hot cross buns. I don't like them as crunchy as the crumpets. Fucking hell, he's going to be kicking off now in a minute. Say I'm too fussy with my hot cross bun.